Hi, today I'm speaking with William Joseph Hill. He played a German officer in the film The Eagles. How are you, William?
Great, Pamela. I'm so glad we're doing this because it's amazing how many views that this scene from the film, has been getting on YouTube. We've got almost 2 million views right now, so that's amazing. And there's a lot of questions that I've been getting in the comments, so I figured what better way to answer people's questions than to just do a video interview and answer them.
That's a great idea. I'll start with, how did you get this part?
Oh, that was a very interesting question. So I had this audition for this role, and it was for a German SS officer. And I went to the audition, and the filmmakers, they were from China, which was really, really cool, because a lot of Chinese filmmakers are coming over here to the United States and doing a lot of films. The script was in English, and I really liked the part. I liked the whole story, and I don't want to give any spoilers as to the movie, but I really liked the whole story, but I liked the part. They asked me if I could translate it, and I was like, well, because I don't normally speak German, but I could use Google Translate, which I know is not that accurate, but they seemed to like my energy, and I got cast.
That's wonderful. Where did you film that scene you were in?
Oh, okay. So our scene was actually shot in a campground north of LA, kind of close to Santa Clarita, but it was in a burned out area because the year before they had a forest fire and everything was complete. So it was great because in the script it was supposed to take place in, I think, Belgium, like at the tail end of World War II when the Germans, have been decimated and bombing has been going on, and there's, it's this post D-Day, so Germany's getting clobbered, and so this was the perfect location because it looked completely burned out. And what was really interesting was a lot of the ash was still there, and so you had to be careful where you walked because sometimes you'd step in and it would go all the way almost up to your knee deep and stuff. So they had to have like paths that you had to make sure that you were staying on.
Sounds like you might have been unreachable while you were working on that. Is that true?
Yes. It turns out the place is a cell phone dead zone. So we got no cell phone. I don't care who your carrier was. You could not get a signal out there. It was at a campground. So it was thank God it was at a campground because I was able to go to the headquarters and call out on their landline, which it's very rare that you see a place with landlines nowadays. But I remember you were trying to get a hold of me once and you couldn't reach me, and I knew that you would be worried. So the guy came out on one of those little golf carts all the way out to our location and said like, "Oh, your wife left you a message." So I got shuttled all the way back so I could call you back and say, no, I'm okay. It's just I can't talk.
How long did you work on the film?
Oh, so production for the whole film was about a week, but my scene is at the end. So we had like about, I think we had 1 day of rehearsal, and which was really, really helpful because the director worked out a lot of blocking that he wanted to do, and that way when we got to set, we got it done in 1 day. So it was just like, it was a long day, but it was 1 day to get that whole scene and get all the coverage and everything. So, and it went really, really great because the rehearsal process really helps when you rehearse and then you go to set. There's no, I'm trying to find out what I want to, you know what you want to do, and then when you have to change things, it's okay, because you're already locked into it.
That's great. Did you know how to speak German?
All right. Technically, I do not speak German. However, languages are something I've always liked. I do speak Spanish, hablo español poquito, and skosh nihongo, a little bit of Japanese, but German is a very difficult language. I'm raised in Hawaii, so I'm used to a lot of the Hawaiian vocabulary. Spanish vocabulary is the same type of vowel and consonants, but German is very, very, very difficult to pull off completely perfectly. But I was very lucky that the lead actor, he was a native speaker, and so he fixed the translation in the script to make it more accurate and more actual German instead of Google German. Yeah, so he did a very good job on that. Trouble is, when you're doing multiple takes of things and you're not a native speaker, you're going to be great one take with your German, and then the next maybe slip a little bit. And the director, being from China, is really going to be cutting based on the acting. We knew it was like going, it's not going to be 100% authentic. So native German speakers from Germany are going to know that I have an American accent because I'm an American.
Have you ever played someone of German descent before?
Yeah, it's funny. I get cast a lot or thought of a lot for German. I audition a lot for Germans. And I did one in a play. It was wicked lit, and it was a Halloween play, and we actually we actually did it in a cemetery, and the audience follows you around. And I was a German Gustav. I had my dialogue was half in German, half in English. And the biggest compliment I had was there was this gal, she was a teenager, and she was from Germany. And she was like, "Oh, I understand what you're saying." And I'm like, "Good."
The costumes are great. Where do they get those uniforms?
Oh, yeah, the costumes were amazing. They actually rented them from Western Costume. And Western Costume, it's like a lot of big budget, especially big budget period movies, they'll rent their stuff from Western Costume. When I worked on Pearl Harbor with Michael Bay way back 2000, 2001, my wardrobe came from Western Costume, so I'm very familiar with them. They've got great pieces. And when I did that silent movie, that Harold Lloyd thing, Greenwald's Amazing Garden Tonic, that was from Western Costume too. So, yeah. And the thing about the SS uniforms, though, they're not actual period pieces, they're actual construction. So the costume designers they built those.
And speaking of wardrobe, tell me about that hat you were wearing.
Oh, that hat. So it was the director's idea to make me more mysterious as to where's this guy from, where's his unit from, this is the tail end of the war, everything's been decimated, and there's this uniformed officer, and maybe I picked up the hat off of a dead other, because I lost my cover. Nobody knows, and it's deliberately ambiguous, but the great thing about it was that it hid my eyes, so you really couldn't see into my eyes so much. In a way, it was kind of like cyborg-like, or like a robot, or kind of like subhuman type of thing. Like, you couldn't tell what I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. What's happening with the film now?
Oh, okay. So the film has been doing the festival runs right now, and it's been in a bunch of festivals, and apparently it's still been going on. I think the film itself came out in 2017, so it's been a couple of years now, and it's still doing festivals. I just found out that with the Independent Shorts Awards, I actually won the Silver Award for Best Acting Duo.
Congrats!
Thank you, with Aramis the lead. So it was our scene. It's it's a great scene, and that was part of why I wanted to do the film. That and doing a war picture is always, check that off the bucket list. So,
congratulations on your film, William.
Thanks.
What are you working on now?
Well, we of course with Four Scorpio Productions have our web series, an homage to 60s, 70s sitcoms, groovy kind of culture. That Darn Girlfriend. We're in our second season. We just had 3 episodes. We're working on the 4th episode of season 2, so that should be coming out in a couple months. Along with that, I'm about to publish my novel Cyber Fighter on Amazon and Amazon Kindle, and that's a martial arts sci-fi action adventure with a comedic kick to it. So that's based on the feature script, of course, but we're also working on a short film version. We're in pre-production on that, and hope to start shooting that early next year, springtime or something like that. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming up.
Cool. It sounds like you're really busy. Where can we find out more about you and your projects?
Best place is on the web with the websites and social media. I have the links in the description below, so feel free to click away.
Great. Thank you so much, William. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. This was fun. Should do more of these.